Good, y'all, is Cosmetics, and in today's video I got y'all with another little how-to video how to play a character. Today we got my female Majin. I've been playing female Majin for like since spring break. So when was our spring break? Like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I've been playing female Majin since then. Yeah, and I've been pretty good with her. I feel like I've gotten very good with her. Probably even better than my female Saiyan, but my female Saiyan, like, I'm pretty good with her too. But with my female Majin, I've been playing her for a little bit, and I know like the ins and outs of her. So I just want to teach you guys how to play a female Majin. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys want to see more how to play a character video, let me know in the comments. Let me know what character you would like to have me learn, and so I can show you guys how to play them. And yeah, let's get into the tutorial. Alrighty, we are in the training mode. And firstly, I'm gonna teach you guys like the most needed combos to be used while playing your female Majin, right? So for combo starters, right, your combo starters should always be either square triangle, so this, or you should use triangle square, which is this. Okay, square triangle kind of operates as the same as the Earthling square triangle, where it sends them up and you can just string into anything else. So like square triangle, you can just go into full squares, or you can go into triangle square, things of that nature, right? But square triangle sets you up for this specific string, right? Square triangle square is one of the most, if not the most important string you need to learn on your female Majin, simply because of the second triangle, right? This little cutscene move right here literally catches your opponent out of any like vanishing they try doing, right? So let's say you miss like the triangle. Let's say if you miss that but you hit the square, as long as you hit triangle again, you will be able to hit them no matter what. Okay, so yeah, so triangle square triangle is like the most important uh combo string you really need on your female Majin. Other strings that you might be able to use is the 5 squares. That sets up into a stamina break. Your square, triangle, square. Not square, triangle, square. That's my bad. Triangle, square, triangle. That's very important. Also, you could also just use full triangles, right? Because I did not mean to do that, but shoot, why not? Anyways, since that is your spiking tool, I really recommend full triangles or just square. I don't know what I was about to do right there, but anyway, yeah, full triangles like this. So yeah, your main combos though that you will want to be using, your main combo starter is your square triangle. But the main combos you will always want to know is 5 squares, triangle, square, triangle, and your full triangles. Alrighty, on to the next tip. I shouldn't be calling these tips, they should just be like next like area what I'll be talking about. But anyways, whatever. The next thing I want to talk about is the female Majin stamina breaks. Now, female Majins have like some of the most versatile stamina breaks in this game. Female Majins, when it comes to stamina breaks, they're like very easy to hit. Like if you can't hit them, then that might actually be a skill issue. So first stamina break I'll get into is just 5 squares into the stamina break. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, right? And almost universally on all CACs, almost universally, because some CACs like the female, not the female, but the Frieza race don't have it, stamina break for real. But 5 squares, pretty simple. If you catch someone out of their vanishing, let's say if you do something like this and you just start hitting them when they have no stamina, boom, that's when you would want to hit that. The next stamina break is triangle, square, triangle, stamina break. But I kind of messed it up. Let me do it again to show y'all. Boom, 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 boom. You feel me? And also, And I forgot to mention this with the 5 squares. You can hit a heavy stamina break too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bow. I don't know why I didn't combo into it, but it's usually you can usually combo into it. I don't know why I didn't combo. Same thing for this one though. If I can hit it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm pretty sure that's at the top of the map though, so don't take my word too much on it. Anyways, next a stamina break that you want to hit. Those are the easiest ones, but next stamina break is triangle, square, triangle. So you kick them down like this. Boom, 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 and then you do the stamina break like that. That one's a more complex one, like because you gotta get that timing right. It's kind of the same as for female Saiyans, the triangle, square, triangle into the advantage, and then you hit it. You know, that one's kind of difficult too. Those are like the same ones, and those are really the main one standard breaks you would be using. But there's other ways to hit standard breaks too with female Majin. For example, with this, it's still kind of hard for me to hit this one sometimes. But yeah, that's another standard break that you might want to be using. But kind of like the female Saiyans, the standard break that I taught you guys in the female Saiyan video where you hit the heavy standard break, this one is kind of less optimal because when your opponent is off center or off their balance, they regain their stamina back quicker, so they might get their stamina back before you can even hit it. But anyways, yeah, that is the standard break combos for this race. On to the next area that I'll be talking about. Next thing I will be talking about when regarding to female Saiyans is really just their pros and cons, right? So the pros and cons are pretty simple. I'm gonna name off 3 cons. I mean, not, yeah, 3 pros, 3 cons. The 3 pros that they have: one, their movement is god tier. If I have to rank like the movement on every character, they would most definitely be top 3. Like they can literally get out of almost any string that you use in a match. Now you're not going to use every string in the game, right? You're not going to use every string that they have. Like you're not going to use full 8 lights, right? Like full squares, full 8 squares. You're not going to use that, right? But like anything that is useful, like square, triangle, boom, you can get out of that with like a dash or a guard, anything. Or square, triangle, you can get out of that. Many of their strings in general are easily movable. Like you can just move out of them, you can cancel out of them, and they are really good strings to use. And that's why their movement is very good, because their strings, you know, they're just simple, right? Another thing is that their strike damage is also god tier. Female Majins have the highest multiplier when it comes to strike supers and strikes attacks. The only way you could compete with them is if you have like a transformed female Saiyan. I'm not female, but male Saiyan or male Earthling, right? So they are very good when it comes to regards to that. And then, you know, the last pro, and this is more of a personal preference pro, but I really do feel like this is a pro that we will talk about, is actually no, there's 2 more pros I want to talk about. Their range. The first one is their range. They got good range, right? It's not as good as like the Namekian range, but like their range is good. Like their back hit range is good. You know, their movement into like a hit is good. Their range, overall female Majin range is pretty good. They like have like second best range when it comes to CACs. And then lastly, and this is more for personal preference, but their combos are very easy to like get used to, right? Same thing for like the male Earthling. I don't know why I keep on mixing up female and male, but same thing about the male Earthling when it comes to their combos. Their combos are really easy, like just like string together, and overall they're just fun to use and they're fun to, you know, experiment with. Now, their cons, they have 3 cons. One, their basic attack damage is they're very bad. Right, they don't have really good basic attack damage, meaning that if you want to see like uses out of your basic attack, you have to max out your basic attack or like have high points in your basic attack, right? You know, since that's the case, you know, it's better if you prioritize your strike supers over your basic attack. Another thing that they have that is bad is their gaps. Their gaps are very bad. They don't, you know, They don't really have. Well, what does a gap mean? Before I even get into what I was about to say, what does a gap mean? A gap is basically the amount of time between like inputs that your combo isn't true. So say for example, this is all true. That's all true, as you guys can see. That's all true, right? But if you do square triangle, you see, if you guys paid attention, there's like a little gap in between the square and the triangle, meaning that if someone is already blocking, they can unblock and block again for an easy PB, right? So yeah, since that's the case, that means that like female modules are more sustainable to get perfect block in a lot of instances where they are fighting. And then lastly, and this is also like a personal preference thing, but this is also really not that great. Female Majin's back hit isn't really the best thing, right? It's slower than average, and like, you know, the range is more of like a one directional back hit, and so yeah, it's not as optimal as, let's say, like a male Sand or a male Earthling for that matter, you know. And but yeah, that is their pros and cons. And yeah, that's all I have to say about them. By the way, female monsters are very good. They are very good. That's why there's more pros than there are cons. They are very good. Alright, we are no longer in the hyperbolic time chamber, but we are outside in Conton City. Now I'm going to show you guys another little, the next segment, and it is like, what builds should you be running on your female Majin? So as formerly stated, female Majins are the strongest when it comes to strike supers and stuff. So you should really be rocking strike supers. You shouldn't be, if you want to get the most out of female Majins, rock your strike supers. Do not be rocking ki blast supers, right? And you know, I got all these builds. You know, all these builds, one thing they all have in common, they're all strike super builds. Yeah, you know, just rock your strike supers. And speaking of attributes and stuff like that, here are my attributes for my female Majin. They changed from my showcasing of my female Majin. They have changed, right? I put more into stamina because I need to start not relying, but like prioritizing more stamina into my characters. But anyways, yeah, basic attack 163, strike super is 200, max ki, because you know I got 10 bars of ki for power rush, that's 54, 200 strike super, yeah. So my female Majin is pretty strong, right? And this is what I would say for every female Majin player. This is what basically what your stats should be. If they're not like this, then you probably have less in ki, and you probably put more in, let's say, like health or, you know, basic attack or whatnot. You feel me? Anyways, this is probably the most optimal to get the most out of your female Majin, right? And then QQ bands you should rock, it's basically the same thing. You know, rock something that has good basic attack, good strike supers. You know, your ki and stamina, always make sure that's good. Health, make sure that's also good too, because female Majins really don't have that high of health. You know, and then super souls, I'll just always, this is just universal, just always rock a super soul that has like extra large or extra large boost to attacks, you know. But anyways, yeah, those are the builds that you should be rocking on your female Majin. Alrighty, the last and final thing, and I don't want to leave this out for you guys because I feel like this is very fun if you are learning female Majin. But anyways, I'm finna showcase it. I'm finna tell you guys what I just did. So you might be asking, cosmetics, what the heck was that? I know I had never seen that before. It's because you haven't seen that before. What I just did is a little tech that only a certain amount of characters can do, at least as far as I know of. And yeah, female Majin is one of them that they actually do that. And you do that by simply like knocking your opponent away. And like, cause there is a YouTuber named Zeers. He actually is the person that I found this from. What he doesn't say is that you have to wait, like, well, no, he does say you have to wait like a couple seconds, but for female Majins in this case, wait, and I'm gonna show you guys, wait until your female Majin lands, like the first frame that you see her land, that's when you shoot out the ki blast. Only do like 3 ki blasts, so tap the circle button or the B button twice, and then you snap vanish forward and do your square, do square square triangle, and then what that would do is that it will send them into this little cutscene, little string move that I was talking about earlier. And yeah, then you can do anything like I do. I usually do a power rush afterwards, so I'll just hit them with a boom. Hold on, boom, boom. Oh, I messed it up. Boom, boom, boom. 3 ki blast, boom, bow, and then just hit them with a power rush. Boom, they're dead. But anyways, I just want to bring that up to you guys' attention because I know that is very fun. That's a very fun tip that people should probably know about. And yeah, that is about it. If you have made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you a lot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide on how to play your female Majin. Female Majins are very fun. If I were to rank all CACs from 1 being the best and 8 being the worst, I will most definitely rank female Majins around 3 or 4, interchangeable between the Namekian. And that's simply because they have a square triangle that is very good. You know, they're very good at movement. Their strike supers go crazy. You know, they have a lot of tools that not a lot of other CACs have. You know, overall, this female Majins are very great. They're very good. They're very good online. They're very good just in general. And I really do feel like if you don't have a female Majin in your arsenal, I feel like you should rock a female Majin in your arsenal. Especially if you don't want to like play as cheesy as, let's say, someone who's playing a male Earthling or a male Saiyan. You know, just play a female Majin because they are very fun. They're more fair compared to male Saiyans and male Earthlings. And yeah, but that is it about the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I try to upload as much as I can. You know, go mess with the shorts, go mess with my TikTok at CosmexVH, go mess with the Instagram at AvyonZo, that's AVYION Zo. You know, we going crazy on there, on those. You know, if you want to see more content other than just like longer videos, go watch my shorts and things of that nature. Shout out to all the homies that support me on this ride. And yeah, until next video, love y'all.